What's up, everybody? This is HBT with my man Christopher Burton.
People's Podcast. What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
And we're coming to you live, man. We're coming to you live. And today we're going to talk about CM Punk's buyout. We're going to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling that's ticked off, Rhonda Rousey, and we're going to talk about Smackdown and Rampage. We're going to preview that for tonight. And a little bit later on, man, if we have a little bit of time, Chris has some things that he has to take care of tonight. But if we have a little bit of time, man, after this show, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some local things. So we might leave out of this and then we'll come back. But right now we're going into this right here, CM Punk's buyout. Me and Chris, we're going to talk about the CM Punk buyout. Chris, man, we see what's going on there. I mean, Tony Khan has made the decision he got rid of Ace Steel, I think, a few days ago. Ace Steel is the guy that trained CM Punk, and that was, that came out, I think, on like right before the last pay-per-view a couple months ago. And pretty much CM Punk was talking about leaving the business and everything like that, or he was leaving because, things going on. I think he was talking about pretty much, he had injuries and all that, and he hate to disappoint the fans. But, Ace Steel came out there. He smacked the dude, man. Smacked him pretty much. Yeah, pretty much told him, it ain't going down like that. And he's like, when you came into the gym, you was tough and all that. You tougher than that. And so you gonna get in here and you gonna do what it takes. You gonna do what it takes, man, to get yourself back together and get back in this ring. Then CM Punk got pumped up. He got pumped up. Start walking around the ring and all that, man. And then basically, he's full of himself and just start banging out the words, man, to the crowd and talk about what he's gonna do and come back and he's gonna show them. And so he come back and he wrestled in the pay-per-view, and we know what the aftermath of that media scrum.
Yeah, he showed them what he was going. He showed people what he was gonna do. All right, man. Out there talking reckless and talk, man. Just oh my gosh, yo.
Yeah, just flat out crazy.
And it's funny, man, because we talked about that. We talked about this, and I said, Tony Khan possibly could have fired CM Punk secretly.
Yeah.
I was like, if he did, how would we know that he's been fired if he keeps it hush hush?
Right.
Well, exactly. You can throw that out the window because it's out here now. They talking about buying him out, and I said something about paying him out his rest of his years on his contract. Be done, and hey, I owe you $55 million or whatever. Here's the rest of it. Sit your tail at home, enjoy your life. Nice working with you. But instead, now we got the words out. He could possibly let him go, man. So
yeah, it is basically the buyout of. I think he had like a 3-year contract. He was over in AEW basically a year, so he got a couple more years left on his contract. So he's buying him out. And if it's something similar to a buyout, like an NFL buyout, NBA buyout, it's usually they have a negotiable deal. And if you look at what's going on, like in college, man, a lot of these college buyouts with these coaches and things like that, they structure it where you have to pay these coaches a little bit more to buy them out. But Tony Khan, he might have to pay a little bit more. It depends on how good the agent was for CM Punk. He might have structured a buyout with CM Punk being such a big name, such a huge star. He might have structured a buyout that's more than what the contract is worth. So if CM Punk left on his contract, $2 million left on his contract, he might have got that thing up to $4 or $6 million on a buyout. But Tony Khan's looking at it that it's worth it because he don't want to lose his locker room or lose his whole company, because when it boils down to it, man, I don't care how many people out here tries to say, CM Punk was great in the locker room. Listen to what FTR says about him, and listen to a couple other people said about him that CM Punk was that he is a what is the word, Chris?
A locker room leader.
Yeah, say he's an asset to the company. Yeah. But with this buyout and everything, doesn't look like Tony Khan is saying that he's an asset to that company. No. He's like, hey, it'll be better to let this guy go because this guy is, toxic in the locker room. And I'm sure after all this stuff happened and he had to suspend Ace Steel or, give CM Punk. I don't know if he actually really suspended him, give him a sabbatical and told him to stay away for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure a lot of wrestlers started getting into his ear. A lot of people started getting into his ear. Probably, I guarantee you, Jim Ross probably said some things to him. Tony Schiavone probably said some things to him. Mark Henry, people that's, veterans in the business, and, William Regal and people saying,
guys have seen this before. The guys have seen, toxic people come in, and it's basically CM Punk is basically a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Oh yeah.
That's what he is, man. Because he basically came in. He's like, okay, I'm gonna sweet talk this guy. I'm gonna perform to the best of my abilities, and whatever. Well, and what happens? Everything's going good. Everything's going good in the locker room. Everything's great. CM Punk's doing what he's supposed to do. But what happens? He puts down his guard for a few moments at a media scrum.
Oh yeah.
A reporter asked the right question and pushed that right button. Right. CM Punk just wasn't thinking and was like, you know what? This is how it is. Blah 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 blah. And here we are.
Yeah, just exploded, man, and very disrespectful. It wasn't professional, and I don't care what anybody says. You do not get up there on a media scrum, a professional business. Now, we look at the arenas and everything. Of course, they don't have the lightning. They don't have the setup, the production. The production value is nowhere near what we see in WWE, of course. Lord. But it's a professional business. You come out there as a professional. Okay, the guy come out, he just got finished wrestling. He didn't shower. I mean, didn't look like he was made up or anything. That's okay. Yeah, but man, be professional in your conduct. His conduct wasn't professional. No. Got up there and pretty much laid back, put his foot up, I think, a couple times, man. And, basically brought out, I don't know what in the world, if he was eating prunes or eating
some Dunkin' Donuts or something.
Prunes, man, some kind of plums or Asian plums, something he was doing. Some kind of look like, could be some kind of donuts, like you said, something he decided he's gonna eat, man, and he kept drinking some kind of drink. I don't know what kind of drink that was, but maybe some green tea or whatever. But the whole thing doesn't matter what the dude was eating or drinking. Very disrespectful. And Tony Khan over there looking like a dang chump, man, looking like a sucker. And
man, and Tony could have killed all that. Tony could have.
Yes, he could have.
All it took for, let's say, Harry, you were that reporter. Okay, right. I'm Tony Khan. You asked the question, oh, have you talked to Colt Cabana or anything like that, or how's y'all's relationship and all that, this, that, and the other? Mm-hmm. Soon as me being Tony Khan, as soon as I'm hearing that, I'm like, hey, thank you for your questions, but we're not going to discuss anything with Colt Cabana at this time. Next question. Yes. Done. And you would not have this issue whatsoever. Instead, Tony Khan up there looking like a deer in headlights.
Oh, yeah.
And what happens? CM Punk just goes off. And Tony Khan still up there.
Yeah. I mean, he could not get it in his head to say, this man just won the undisputed, he just won the world title. He took, he took the, he took the intern title off John Moxley. He just won the world title. He's our undisputed champion. Why can't we just, focus on that and focus on the great card that we just had? But no, like I said, he just sat there and let this guy get on there, let this reporter come in and pretty much irk this guy. And then he let his star go ahead and ramble off a bunch of nonsense, which I call it nonsense because it was at a media scrum and it was representing APW. I mean, AEW. It was representing All Elite Wrestling. It was representing his company. Did not look good, man. Didn't look good at all.
No, it didn't look good, man. Like I said, he could have stopped all that, man. But we're talking about Tony Khan, man. Here, man. The boy ain't got a bunch of sense, man, that I got in my pocket, man. I mean, I got more sense in my pocket than he got in his whole head, man. This joker is, man. So, but you know what? But I'm gonna say this, man.
Yeah.
If Tony mans up and actually lets CM Punk go, of course, people are gonna be pissed.
Oh yeah, man, no doubt.
Fans are gonna be hurt.
Yes.
But guess what? Sometimes you got to do what's best for your company, man.
No doubt, man.
I mean, granted, like I said, they're gonna take a hit on this. They may even lose fans, they may even lose viewers because there is a certain niche of fans that are just CM Punk fans. I get it, I get it.
True.
But you got to look at the overall picture of your company, the business. You got to look at everything. Everything cannot just center around one person.
There's no doubt.
Vince McMahon said it best. No one person is bigger than your company.
That's right. That's right.
And because he said there's no one person bigger than WWE. And after and we've seen it. He had Hogan, he had Rock, he had Stone Cold, he had Cena. When I'm talking about Vince McMahon here. After Cena, guess what? Has there been any megastar on even close to that level?
Heck no, he spread the wealth. He spread the wealth.
Yeah, and because the only person that's even a smidgen, Roman Reigns. But guess what? Yeah. He ain't there. He's John Cena's here. Roman Reigns is here.
We see what Roman Reigns has done. Roman Reigns has went in and made demands and say, "Hey, I want to be a part-time wrestler." He done put out what he wants to do, man. So he has a different direction because he has gotten to a certain level. So yes, you got to look at things like that, man, to make sure that these guys don't get so big that, hey, man, they forget that it's a business, that other people are in that locker room. And that night, Tony Khan forgot, not Tony Khan, but CM Punk forgot there was other guys in that locker room that he's affecting, other people.
At that point,
he didn't care.
There it is. That's the thing. Care. He didn't care. It was like, okay, it's my time to talk. I'm going to say how I feel. And this reporter asked me the right question, and I'm just going to let it all out. And I don't care who it affects, how it is. As long as I get this off my chest, I'm good. If it hurts somebody's feeling in the locker room, if it makes AEW looks bad, if it messes up Tony Khan or anything like that, I don't care because I've said my piece.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all that matters. And see, like you said, when you're in this business, Harry, and we've seen guys in this business. We know guys in this business.
Oh, yeah.
You have to have an ego. You have to, because you want to be the best.
Doubt.
You want to be the best.
You got to.
Yeah, you got to. But you got to have people in place to keep those guys in check.
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
So when you run up on, if you're an active wrestler and you're going to these different promotions, you're traveling all around. And you be like, I love this promotion. I love working for this promotion over here. And they're a great promotion. They got their stuff together. But that promoter, the guy that runs it, is a straight asshole.
Oh, yeah.
You know why? Because he's got to be to keep y'all in check.
That's true. That's true. And we know a couple of them in this area, in the Carolinas. And I tell you what, their company is strong. And you don't have wrestlers out here talking about that certain promoter. You have people on the outside who don't work for that promotion talking about that promoter and wanting to work for that company because they're so strong. They're so strong. But it's a couple of them here, man, that have their business on lock. Tony Khan don't have that thing on lock over in AEW, and it's sad, man. And he's trying to get it on lock. After that media scrum and after the backlash, he decided, hey, it's time to get tough and let me suspend people because people are all on me. But Chris, I want you to go ahead.
Okay. Let's get to some comments here, and I'll get back to what I was going to say. Chris Williams, what's up, man?
What's up, Chris?
Glad you're tuning in. And yeah, we talking about some stuff today, man. You right, man. Oh, man, we talking about some stuff. And Travis Richards, what's up, Travis? Glad you're tuning in, man. And Travis says, I'm new here. Oh, my God, the rumors that GCW is going to invade Raw this Monday and later going to work on a partnership.
Oh, wow. Now, that's one thing we didn't put in the caption, man. I didn't know anything about this. So let's see if this happens.
Harry, GCW?
Oh, man.
I'll
be shocked. I will be shocked, Chris.
Yeah, I would be. That would be.
And who would they bring, man? I just don't see Nick Cage on Nick Cage.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but hey, Travis, we appreciate that, man, because that's something we had no idea. So we definitely will be looking for that, man. And if that happens Monday, and tell you the truth, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked because why not, man? They've worked with ECW and people like that in the past. So I mean, why not?
They watered them down.
They would do it again, Chris. They would do it again. There's no way that they're gonna turn it into that style. Exactly. I mean, they will whoever they bring in there, they're gonna water it down, man. But I mean, it is something to it is because look, Triple H, like you said yesterday, man, Triple H, we know what he's doing with that pay-per-view. He's out to destroy Tony Khan. Yeah. Tony Khan has pissed him off. So he's out to destroy him. So GCW has a name. They're not a major, but GCW has they big on the indie scene.
And they have a huge following.
So they can, a lot. You got a lot of these indie fans out here. We know that, Chris. We go to a lot of indie shows. A lot of these indie fans, they are not watching they're not watching AEW. They're not watching WWE. So if their wrestlers get on, guarantee you they gonna sneak over just to see what's going on. And any little segment, man, you get in any quarter that watching that show 10, 15 minutes, that's gonna affect the ratings. So it's gonna say, I don't care if 27,000 more fans come from the indie scene to check out what's going over there. It's if they on 10, 15 minutes, that's gonna affect the ratings. That's gonna bring that rating up because most likely that thing is gonna go to a commercial, and those people that's the advertisers, they're gonna see that and they're gonna be like, hey, we got 27,000 more people looking at our product. We're gonna give WWE a little bit more money. So and so WWE is gonna get a bigger place, gonna get a bigger spot in USA in what they're doing. So man, so any little thing, man, any little thing will help. So man, GCW being on Raw, that will be big news, and I think
we definitely gonna keep an eye on that for real.
We will.
And Travis also said Hunter wants some of the old WCW pay-per-views to be part of the main roster pay-per-view, which is interesting. Well, they used to do that, when they initially bought WCW. They used to have the Great American Bash. They used to have their version of Clash of the Champions. But they changed the name, but they had their version of it. But they did, have
they had Starrcade and all that.
They had us. But Starrcade actually was a actual big house show.
Right.
They had it as a big house show. It wasn't televised or anything like that, but they would tape it and then possibly show it later on their network, which they did.
Right.
But it wasn't like a pay-per-view or nothing like that. But they still used the name. And they did bring, because they had it, the last actual Starrcade they had, I think was maybe about 2-3 years ago, give or take, maybe a little bit longer. Yeah. And they had it in the Greensboro Coliseum. They had Flair there, some of the old NWA guys that were still around. They brought them out, and stuff. It looked like it was a decent show from what I saw. So but that would be cool if they did bring some of that stuff up to the main roster. Jake Michael, what's going on, man? Glad you're here, man. He said,
what's going on?
Harry, what's up?
Brother?
I take it with a grain of salt, but I'm hearing WWE has heard about these news about CM Punk buyout, and Triple H want to make stuff special, so he want to make a deal with CM Punk. And it was funny that you say that, Jake, because me and Harry were talking about that earlier.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
I said to Harry before we got on the air, we were talking, and I said, I don't know if Triple H would do that because they didn't leave on the best of terms. Triple H felt some kind of way. CM Punk felt some kind of way when CM Punk was an active wrestler with WWE. And then, like I said, they felt some kind of way, dissolved, whatever. CM Punk did this, went to UFC. Triple H was still doing his thing.
Keep talking.
Now, I say that to say this. If Triple H decides to bring back CM Punk, if he decides to bring back CM Punk, would Triple H effectively use him in the proper way, or would he do it to be vindictive and possibly bury him?
Very interesting.
And now, granted, if he does sign CM Punk, you're gonna get a lot of fans back on WWE. That CM Punk crowd, that's those CM Punk fans, you're gonna bring them to WWE.
And there was a lot. There's a lot of fans, man. There's a lot of fans, and I guarantee you, some of the WWE fans that are huge CM Punk fans did not even go over there to watch him over on AEW. They, don't even care about the product. So I guarantee you, there's a segment of CM Punk fans that decided, hey, if he's over there, I'm not even going to watch him there. And some of them probably stopped watching WWE altogether because they was ticked off about the direction of how that went and what they did with their star. So if they hear that CM Punk is coming back over to WWE,
or even if it's a possibility that he could come back,
they are going to focus their attention over to WWE just to see if he's going to come back. Because man, I guarantee you, there's probably I know it is. It's probably a few thousand or several thousand out there walking around. And hey, I'm not watching it because CM Punk, he done left WWE. That's my home. That's where I'm used to seeing him, and that's where he did his best work. He's not over there. I'm not there. I guarantee you that. It was hard. As much as I love Ric Flair, it was hard for me to watch him over there in World Wrestling Federation when he did that. It was hard for me to watch him there. And then when he first came back, man. Like I said, I started watching WCW again, but when they started misusing him, and I wanted to stop. I stopped watching for a while, especially when Eric Bischoff and him got into that thing, and Ric Flair, he had took off and because of his son, and he was gone for a while. I didn't want to watch. I didn't want to watch wrestling at all, so I didn't watch until he came back. When he came back to Greenville, I didn't watch for like 6-7 weeks. I watched in spurts, but so that's the kind of fans that CM Punk has affected, and same thing with Bray Wyatt. That's why Bray Wyatt, have brought back, that thing done jumped 200,000 fans, not just the fans that came back that went to AEW. It's fans that had stopped watching wrestling that was just disgruntled.
Because of Bray Wyatt.
Because of Bray. Exactly. It happens, man. It happens.
So if, like I said, but the question remains, if he does decide to bring him back, and that's a big if he does decide to bring him back, will he use him properly, or will he just use him and just bury him? Make an example. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know, but that's the thing. All right. Jake says, if he comes back, I don't think he will be full-time. I don't think so either. If he comes back, I don't think he'll be full-time either.
Exactly. And like Chris was talking a little bit earlier, that's the only place, that's his only option when it boils down to it. Come back to the WWE.
Can't nobody afford him.
Yeah, he can't make that kind of money in Impact. Definitely can't make that kind of money in NWA Power. In New Japan, he can't go over to New Japan because he can't wrestle that style. What I'm trying to say is, his body, man, and CM Punk, he's not old or anything like that, but his body has betrayed him. He has one of those Tiger Woods type bodies, man. It just basically done got broken up. And if he goes over there and wrestle those guys, man, he will be out. He will be out, man, within the first couple weeks, probably. First couple weeks, if he wrestles 2 or 3 matches, he might be out, or he might make 2 months, get in the best shape he can get into in 2 months, man. He's out of there, and that's probably a big reason that Kenny Omega's body like it is, because Kenny Omega wrestles so many matches over in New Japan. But the only way CM Punk can go over there, man, if they bring back, like me and Chris were talking about, they bring back that strong style like Vader, when Vader was there, Stan Hansen was there, the Road Warriors was there, Bam Bam Gordy, Dr. Death, Steve Williams. They don't have those type of guys over there no more to bring, that kind of brutality.
But they still got some hard hitters over there, though.
They got some hard hitters over there, but the whole thing about it is this. CM Punk is not one of those big monsters like what we just now pretty much just ran off. He's not one of those type of guys. So if he goes over there, man, he's gonna have guys flying at him. It'll be like he's wrestling a Ricochet every single night he go over there, pretty much.
And then you got to think too, man. I mean, you be like wrestling like a Ricochet every night, but guess what?
Yeah.
They're gonna hit you like a Stan Hansen.
Oh yes, because I mean, of course they're gonna go to that Shinsuke Nakamura, that hard style, and you know, and man, you should have said, like, say Tuesday night, he just played what he can do, man, and he did that same thing that he used to do in New Japan. So I mean, that's what he will have to deal with over there. So it's no possibility of him going over there. At least I think. I mean, you know,
we may be wrong. Who knows? Who knows?
Exactly. But yeah, WWE, I would not be surprised if Triple H say, "Hey, I'm gonna this gonna be business. I'm gonna let bygones be bygones. I'm gonna look the other way on this, and we're gonna
sit down and have a serious talk, see where his head at, and see if we can come up to a mutual agreement."
Yeah, it could be a 120-day contract. It don't have to be a huge contract. I mean, you know, it does not have to be a huge contract. He can sign this guy for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or whatever, and say we'll see how it goes from there. You know, sign him a year and an option, or half a year and an option. You know, an option for both. If you know who wants to opt out, if we want to opt out at the end, if this thing is not working, because the whole thing about it is this: Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, and Nick Khan. They're not gonna let all that backstage stuff happen over there. That stuff is not gonna happen. No, and when it boils down to it, man, you have players over there. The players over there. And when I talk about the players, I'm talking about Bobby Lashley. I'm talking Roman Reigns. I'm talking some mean, hard hitting guys. They ain't gonna put up with that crap. Brock Lesnar, people like that. They gonna pop you in the mouth. You know, so you come over there doing that, and I mean, CM Punk, man.
Braun Strowman, even.
Yeah, Braun Strowman. I was gonna say him, man, but hopefully he'll be gone by the time he gets over there. CM Punk gets over there, but you know, but it's not just those guys, man. There's some other guys over there, legit fighters, man. You know, Regal, not Regal, Matt Riddle. Riddle would challenge him, man. He's that type of dude. You know, he'll challenge you. I'll beat you in the MMA fight. You know, I'll beat you up in a regular fight. He would challenge him. So you will have those type of people to deal with if he came over there. There's no doubt.
All right, and Travis also said, no problem, Chris and Harry, but Joey Janela, who is in GCW, has been tweeting in WWE stuff. Also, the owner of GCW is friends with Stephanie McMahon since childhood.
Oh my gosh!
Wow,
man, Travis, you giving us look.
You giving us some serious tea, man. You giving us some serious tea.
This stuff sounds great because Vince wouldn't have considered it.
Oh, good God, no.
He wouldn't have considered it.
He wouldn't even thought 4 times over this, man.
Yeah, so Joey Janela, man, he's striking at the right time. Because Triple H is bringing in some new things. He's bringing in new ideas, and he's like, oh, okay, man, you know, what can I do to up my game? You know, and like I said,
and you got to think, man, a lot of people want to work with Triple H. You know why? Because Triple H used to be one of the boys.
That's right. And
he understands what it's like to be on the road. He understands what's like to live out your suitcase and work day after day and only maybe get 4 days off out the whole year. He knows what it's like. He's been there. And then they see how long he's been on the professional side, and they be like, okay, you learn from Vince. You learn from Vince. You learn from one of the best in the business on the promoting side.
Yeah,
but
and last night
you still know how to think like one of the boys too. So that's the best of both worlds.
Oh yeah, and last night, man, when I did the podcast by myself. So I did one late last night, and last night I talked about how NXT just signed. They signed a bunch of guys, man, from the indies. So he signed a lot of indie guys. So that right there kind of throws out that thing that he was saying. Remember, he said it with Vince that these guys in the indies learned a lot of bad habits and things like that. So they was done with him, remember? But he went out, he signed a bunch of indie guys. So so he knows the value of the indies. And a lot of these guys already having a following. So he's not going to deal with that college thing. Look like it's not working out, or they just waiting to get these guys, get these guys in line, and they signing indie guys. So, man, Triple H is taking this business serious and the things that he want to do. And I don't know if it's when it boils down to it, if it's a good thing of him trying to, smash his competition, knock AEW completely out of the box. I don't want to see AEW fall. I want them to stay on the level that they are at, or get better. I want both companies to get better, because the whole thing about it is competition is good. We don't want to start back over where we just got one company, and then Triple H is like, okay, where do we go from here? You competing against yourself. Mm-hmm. So we have to watch out for that. But I tell you what, it's gonna make Tony Khan. You either get in the kitchen and get in that kitchen.
You gotta get in there.
You get that ground beef well done, or you keep it at medium rare. And right now it's at medium rare. And so get it well done, man. Cook this thing right. If you finish it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Of course, you're gonna get something well done. You want it finished. Finish it. Yeah. Or Triple H gonna finish you. Yeah. And there's no doubt about that.
All right, and Travis also said, "Well, Chris and Harry, the news of GCW is the news is true. GCW is talking with people backstage and about this, and it's true and very exciting. Make business with wrestling promotions. A guy named Sean Ross Sapp has been what he said." Has been talking to GCW owner today, and he said, "Yes, we are ready." Wow. Oh, wow. So they want to make some moves, man. They want to make some moves. And Randy Sam, what's happening? He said, "What's up, Chris and Harry? Bray tonight. Bray gonna be on there tonight."
Okay, on Smackdown. All right.
And on that night, I'm glad you said that, Randy, because Harry, I just got word. Smackdown has less than 40 tickets left this week.
Oh, wow.
Less than 40 tickets. So we might have a legit sellout again.
Man. Wow. So that's great, man. They selling out arenas, and people have a chance to watch it on TV. And they selling out arenas in this economy. This is a bad economy. Gas prices went back up. I know they went down a little bit, but they still over $3 nationally. And I mean, here is like $3.16, $3.27 or whatever last I saw. But South Carolina has the lowest gas prices. Especially the Greenville area where me and you are at. I mean, we know we go anywhere in the upstate, they're higher than Greenville. We go anywhere in the state, they're higher than Greenville. So we got probably the lowest gas prices in the nation. We usually do. Greenville usually always have the lowest. So I think in the nation it's probably at 380 something right now. I'm not sure. I haven't checked that. But for them to do that, man, in this economy with gas prices and all that, man, that's astronomical, man. That is great. That is outstanding for them to do that. Plus, who knows? No telling. If you take your family, man, they're gonna want something to eat. No telling how much food is. And you know how much food cost is right now.
Yeah, and they're in Toronto, Canada, man. And here are the numbers right here. They're in Toronto, Canada.
Okay.
The Huntington Center in Toronto, Ontario. That's where we're going to be at tonight. It says available tickets 39. Current setup capacity, how they have the arena set up for SmackDown, 6,740. Okay. Tickets distributed 6,701.
Okay, so they're 39 people short.
Mm-hmm. And they
sell out.
Yeah. Okay. And that was tickets distributed. Now they said only the edge of the stage section, hard cam side, wasn't open when everything else was. So Harry, you know what the hard cam side is, where they actually, when the wrestlers are looking into the TV?
Yeah.
It's that side you don't see.
Okay.
That's the only thing that wasn't open. Everything else was open.
All right, man.
Even up top. Now, here's a funny fact they said about that too. It said last time they were there, it was January 24th this year. They were at Raw. They had 6,302 people there for Raw last time they were there.
Okay, cool.
So, hey, man, they blew out them numbers for Raw. That's for doggone sure.
Well, that's cool.
So SmackDown could have a legit sellout, man.
All right. So, man, we're going to move off the CM Punk thing. We done said enough about that. Chris, let's go ahead and move on to New Japan Pro Wrestling. But before we move on to New Japan Pro Wrestling, if you're on Facebook, hit that like, share, join. If you're on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and so you know when we come on, man. Because you never know. You guys didn't know who was coming on today. I was gonna put out an announcement, but having a little bit of trouble. But man, definitely come as you come in. Hit that like bell. Definitely hit that like. I mean, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Hit that like. We love it when you hit that like. And man, like I say, on Twitter, on Twitter, hit like, share, tweet, retweet.
Yes.
And on Twitch, do the same thing that you're doing over there on YouTube, man. But we definitely appreciate everybody joining us, man. Tonight, Chris, you want to go ahead and somebody else saying something?
Yeah, definitely. We got Randy Sam. What's up, Randy? Again,
all right, Randy, he says, Randy, what's up? Appreciate you joining us again.
Yeah, he said, Chris and Harry, I saw Shawn Michaels' interview today on the conference call, and it said NXT pay-per-view called Deadline is a feud with ROH Final Battle to return on December 10th. Yes, me and Harry talked about that yesterday.
Yes.
I was like, Triple H has zero respect for AEW or ROH. Harry, would you not take this as a slap in the face? If you putting on your best show, one of your biggest shows on pay-per-view, and then your rival company puts on their third-rated show against your biggest pay-per-view.
Oh heck yeah, that's a sign of disrespect. Huge sign of disrespect.
I was like, when I saw that, I was like, Triple H he gives. I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. He gives zero fucks about AEW. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, because look, man. When WrestleMania, what's the name? It's one of the shows. I think it was a Starrcade or it was a Great American Bash, and Vince McMahon he put on a big show to counter that. I remember he did that. Then Jim Crockett he countered it. He put on the first Clash of Champions, but that Clash of Champions was loaded. It had, and then you had Sting. You know that was the first match was Sting and Ric Flair when Flair and Sting went for that, that time limit draw. Yeah. And that thing got like 9 million views, and it had like 9 million people watch that show.
And it was on free TV.
Yeah, on free TV. So that's kind of respect that he was showing to Vince McMahon. That hey, we're gonna come at you and we're gonna come at you hard. That class, and that you remember, and I don't know if you remember, Chris, because you probably was like what 12 years old.
It was WCW's answer to the first WrestleMania.
Yeah. No, wait a minute. That Clash of Champions wasn't the first WrestleMania. It was like the third or something like that. It wasn't the first one.
Okay, well, it was the answer to one of them WrestleManias.
Yeah, because the first WrestleMania was like in 85, 86, wasn't it? Something like that. Which one? What year was it? 86? 85?
One of them two. Yeah.
It was like the third because what's the name? The first Clash of Champions didn't come out. Well, first Clash of Champions, it might have been the second or third, but yeah, it wasn't the first WrestleMania. Okay. But yeah, what's the name? Because Clash of Champions, man, you probably was like 10, 11, 12 years old when the first one came out. And they advertised the daylights. They advertised the crap out of that Clash of Champions. And remember back then, man, a lot of people had basic cable. You got basic cable packages like 13 channels, up to 20 channels. You had 20-something channels. If you had over 20 channels, I think you get 25, 20. Yeah, you was big time. So there was a few people that had 20-something channels, man.
And if you had HBO, boy, you was balling.
I hear you. So the whole thing about it is this, man. You had people that that had that little bit of extra package, and it depends because you had different cable, you had different cable companies that competed with each other, and some didn't offer that extra package. So the most channels people had maybe 25 to 30 at the most. So and TBS was so huge at that time. Superstation went everywhere. So they advertised the daylights out of that Clash of Champions. So that's how much respect they was giving to WrestleMania. And they went after them. But man, this right here that you put your lowest brand up against their main show.
up against a pay-per-view.
A pay-per-view, man. That there.
That's the ultimate sign of disrespect, man.
Yeah, it's not AEW's main show, but it's a big Ring of Honor. It's their final, what they call it, the final, what is the final something? The final battle?
Final destination or something.
Yeah, something like that. But
final battle or something like that.
Yeah, it just goes to show that, hey, he don't give a darn about that. He's like, man, I'm just gonna pop you. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to take you down. And look, man, we're gonna be watching the free show. I don't know about you guys, but me and Chris, we're watching that NXT, because I tell you what, NXT this past Tuesday, NXT had a great show. And my man Christopher Burton, he was he had the duty of watching AEW while I was watching NXT. Now, what was funny about this whole thing is you had a lot of podcasters. I hear a lot of people out there after they did a review after the show and talked about how great that show was. AEW did a dynamite job. And you had AEW stands coming in talking about, man, it was a great show and all that. And then the next day when the ratings came out, they all dogging AEW because it was so close that they only beat them by 76,000. And this don't look good for AEW. AEW, what's going on wrong in that show? It was not a good show. So Chris pretty much was saying it wasn't a good show while it was going on. And a lot of people that really don't.
The only thing was good that brought the ratings up was that promo with MJF.
Yes, it did. It went back up to 837.
That's the only thing, man.
They dropped 442,000. They started off at 1.1 million on that AEW show, dropped down to 642,000 in the last quarter, the last match, 642,000. And when it dropped 300,000 from that first match, the trios match.
Yeah.
It dropped down to under 800,000 and CM Punk's promo brought it back up to 837,000.
You mean MJF?
So, I mean MJF, man. I CM Punk. I got him on the mind now. Sorry about that. But MJF brought it back up to 837,000. And what is it? NXT, they did 676,000. NXT, the lowest they drop is when Quincy Elliott was wrestling. That big dude, the big Mabel looking dude. When he was wrestling, it dropped down to 613,000.
Black Dust.
Yeah, Black Dust. It dropped down to 613,000. That's the lowest. But they stayed steady around that 650 to 670-something thousand. They stayed steady. So that says a lot, man, right there about NXT and people not leaving the brand. People sticking around, seeing what was going on. That, you didn't have people getting up at intermission and boom, jetting out of there and not watching the final product. But yeah. Let's go back to NJPW, man. New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
President is ticked off at Carl Anderson, man, because of what went, huh?
I said, well, I mean, that's kind of like his fault on that, ain't it? I mean, he can't be mad.
Who's talking about the president?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he somebody in his organization booked it, man. Got him double booked, man.
Well, New Japan Pro Wrestling, I believe, had it already booked. Before he went over and signed with WWE, I think it was already booked, Chris. Now look, Carl Anderson saying that, he's saying over on Twitter now, like saying he's making a joke of it. He's saying that, hey, you didn't check with my man, my financial guy, Gallows. So he's saying Gallows is his financial guy, and he's over there laughing at on Twitter. So my whole thing is this.
Wow.
Dude. You really want to burn that bridge? Because think about it. New Japan Pro Wrestling has a great working relationship with Impact.
Yeah.
And we know Gallows and Anderson work with Impact a good bit. And we seen what Nick Khan is in there writing he's still in there saying, oh, we need to cut here, we need to cut there.
Mm-hmm.
Gallows and Anderson was good to bring back for a little while. It sparked some interest. But they're on a 60-day contract. Let's let them go again.
Yep.
Gallows and Anderson might need that little favor from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Can we come over there? Because y'all pay good money. Impact, we know we only going to make $42,000 from you guys for a year if we come over there and wrestle. But that's something.
Yeah.
Can we come over there and wrestle? But those guys say, no, man. Then next thing you know, they're going to be wrestling like they did over in Easley, South Carolina last year when we was out there. Those are the kind of options they're going to have. So,
and we ain't even going to talk about
we ain't even going to talk about that. But I'm just saying, they are burning the bridge here, man. That president.
And they've been over New Japan they've been over there for some years. Exactly. Everybody knows those guys. Everybody know those guys, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would you? I'm like, that's one of your nest eggs. Why would you burn, like you said, why would you burn that bridge? Everybody over there knows you guys. You get along great with those guys in the locker room. Everybody over in Japan that's a hardcore wrestling fan that follows New Japan Pro Wrestling knows who you are. If they don't know who you are, they've heard about you.
That's right.
I mean, come on, man. You guys are legends over there.
Yeah. Look, I understand wanting to take that big payday. Want to go to Saudi Arabia? I mean, because I think what they're getting paid, everybody that goes over there is going to get paid 3 times the check, 3 times the money. So, of course, I understand him wanting to take that. But when it boils down to it, sometimes, man, you gotta say, hey, look, man, I need to go back to the old days when a man's word was his bond. Sometimes you got to do that and say, hey, I got to bite the bullet on this. I got to swallow it and go out and honor my commitments.
And you know what? If he went to Triple H and said that and seriously looked at his calendar and be like, oh yeah, God, November 5th, we got, oh shoot. And then he'd be like, oh crap, I got to defend my title at New Japan show. And he was like, I was booked at New Japan first, but y'all gonna be paying me like 7 times as much as I'm making over. He would have been like, you know what, Triple H? Hey, I may have to miss it, man, because I was booked over here, and they booked me at this date versus when you booked me on this date, and they had the first dibs, and plus I'm a champion over there, and I know y'all ain't gonna let me defend the belt over here in WWE.
Oh yeah,
so you know what, Triple H, I'm like, you know what, it sucks, but we can move some things around. But I bet you Triple H would be like, I respect you for that. I can respect you for that. No doubt. I can. He's like, I can respect you for that. We'll just work some things out. We'll rework the storyline or whatever. That you get jumped and you get hurt prior to, and you can't wrestle, so we'll just make it a handicap match or a tag team or whatever, and we'll just rework it. And you can go on over to New Japan, do what you got to do, and we all good. But instead, sometimes money talks, and he's like, and he's just like, New Japan, I know I'm your champ. I know you might have had plans for me to defend one of your belts, but if you can't match what they giving me, I'm gonna miss that show.
Oh yeah, and look,
and that's what's happened. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, look, AJ Styles, man, look, AJ Styles he's not gonna be stuck in that storyline forever. And when it comes to Gallows and Anderson, I hate to say it, I'm gonna be straight up. Gallows and Anderson, outside of AJ Styles, I don't see too much, man. They have too much talent over there in that tag team division. I don't see too much for these guys. Now, do I think they can be at the Street Profits level? Yes. But do I think they're going to do I think they're going to give them a championship? No. That's just me. So, but outside of AJ Styles, man, I do not see these guys. I see these guys being out there, being some enforcers, going out there and probably, working some matches and doing some incredible things as far as
having AJ's back and stuff like that or whatever.
Helping some people and things like, doing those things. But as far as getting those championships, even if they split them from the Undisputed, and have one on each brand, they're not getting those titles unless they go over to NXT and they give them the titles over there. They're not getting those main roster belts. No flipping way. So,
but they too big for NXT though, man.
Yeah, they are.
They are not gonna put them boys. They don't know. No.
Look, and the only reason they're too big for NXT, Chris, is because they're over on the main roster and they already been at the main roster. So they're a little bit too big for them. But to tell you the truth, they're really not, because NXT is bigger than Impact. So
this is true.
Yeah, but NXT is not bigger than New Japan, but they're bigger than Impact. So, go ahead and answer some questions, man.
Randy Sam said, also the rumors of King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring tournament is happening next year, and also WWE want the 30-year anniversary of the to be big and talk about the next year, January and special. You know what? I heard that, Randy. I heard that about the King of the Ring possibly returning and being a major pay-per-view. Wow. Because they used to do that, Harry. They used to make King of the Ring used to be something serious.
Yes, it did.
It used to be something serious back in the day, and that would give you somewhat of a title push if you couldn't win the Royal Rumble or whatever. It would put you on the title hunt, if you will.
Right.
That used to be something big back in the day, man. So
it did.
Seeing that they're doing this now, possibly considering putting King of the Ring as a major pay-per-view, and hey, I can dig it. I can dig it.
Yeah, I can too, man. So hey, we'll see. Hopefully they do that, because I was so used to King of the Ring being one of those pay-per-views, man, that resonated throughout the year that you thought about, So so yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, they definitely need to do. Probably need to bring that back. So going on to the next. Let's go on to the next topic, man. Rhonda Rousey. So Rhonda Rousey is out here. She has a podcast or something like that. I don't know nothing about the podcast.
Hey, she got a podcast. She got a podcast. Hey, she got a podcast.
Yeah, she got a podcast. But it's not a fake podcast like my man Sami Zayn had.
Don't say that, boy. Scott gonna get mad, man. Scott gonna get mad, man. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Hey, and Sami Zayn's podcast was on the show. I couldn't go to it. I tried to pull it up, man, when the show was going on. He talking about this is a podcast. But he definitely his podcast was on the show, and I guess it was exclusive to a certain group of people, because he must have blocked out the whole nation except for a few people in the back room, because he kept saying this is a podcast. He was serious about that thing, man. Sammy was serious. This is a podcast. I don't need you guys to come in here and be interrupted or whatever. He's like, what are you doing? You interrupted me while I'm trying to put on a podcast. They telling them come down talking to the announcers booth or whatever. Man, I don't need to be saying that this is a podcast. He wanted people to respect his podcast, man. So,
exactly. So I'm guessing Rhonda feels the same way. She wants people to respect her podcast.
Exactly. And she's over on her podcast, man. She's talking about Logan Paul. That they need to put the belt on Logan Paul. That's gonna make it special and things like that. So she's saying that Triple H and Stephanie and they need to put the belt on Logan Paul.
You see my face, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. You see my face, right?
Definitely.
You see my face, right?
Yeah, most definitely, man.
Okay. I just want to make sure y'all can see my face, because that's I've heard some crazy stuff in my day here. Logan Paul as champion?
Logan Paul. So, man,
no.
That just goes to show how she's all about celebrity.
No.
She's getting into the celebrity type thing. And then you got to think about her. She almost got onto the remake of Roadhouse. And she wanted to be a celebrity. She wanted to have her name out there as much as possible. She talked all this noise about, hey, fighting Floyd Mayweather and all this other silly stuff that she was talking and everybody talking about. She wanted to be a celebrity. And she got caught slipping. And Holly Holmes knocked her butt out, and then she got knocked out again. She got caught slipping. She wanted to be a celebrity. Now she done got into wrestling, and the wrestling fans have taken to her, and she's gotten big in wrestling. So, hey, she's doing a podcast. She's toughest female. She's definitely the toughest female in the business. Toughest female in the locker room. So, yeah, she can beat these women up. And she's still
legitimately.
Yeah, legitimately. And she still legitimately can beat probably 90% of the women in MMA. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
But I think she has gotten to the celebrity type thing. She loved the attention, the adulation, and that's the reason why she had such a hard time after she lost. She had a hard time. And, she disappeared, but now she's back in the spotlight, and people are saying she's tough again. It's like people kind of like forgetting that she lost those fights.
Exactly.
So she's like, hey, Logan Paul, I like Logan Paul. And he's a big name, and he can help the industry. Let's put the title on him.
Okay, I get it. Okay, Logan Paul is a big name. I get it. He's a heck of an athlete.
Yes, he is. Him and his brother.
He's a decent wrestler. He's not the best. He's decent. He's good. I give him props on that. But to be believable enough to beat Roman Reigns.
Yeah, no. Heck.
I mean, I get it. He's gonna get some moves on Roman Reigns in that match that you legitimately think, okay, this might happen. This actually might happen. There's gonna be some moments in that match where that's gonna happen. You're gonna be like, wow, Logan Paul might actually win this. He might actually get this thing and win.
Oh yeah.
But we know, Harry. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
No, heck no. If it was a boxing match, of course, I'll put my money on Logan. If it's boxing, unless Roman let me train him for about 6 months, then we'll think about it. It'd be something different. I don't know if Roman can throw I don't know if he can throw a solid punch. I think he can hit hard. I really do. I can tell he can hit hard, but I don't know if he has the technique to actually do it. I know Logan does, and his brother does too. So, but in a wrestling match, even a legit wrestling match, I mean, it is a legitimate wrestling match. I'm putting my money on Roman Reigns, man. So Roman Reigns, he got this thing in the bag. Yeah. And Rhonda Rousey, she said she don't want to be called WWE Women's Champion no more, man. She don't want to be called a Women's Champ. She don't want to be called a Women's Champion.
What she want to be? Just I mean, I can't even get it out. What we gonna call her?
Hey, the man has already been taken. The man has already been taken. Becky Lynch took that.
Yeah, so you short on that one.
Yeah, exactly.
So what we gonna call you? What we gonna call you?
That's what I'm wondering.
The non-male WWE champion?
I have no idea. Intergender champion or something like that. I don't know.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm.
What my man Jeremy Hanks say there?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Jeremy said, "What's up?" Oh God. Jeremy said, "What's up, Chris and Harry? Bray tonight. Jeremy? He's gonna be in the ring tonight. There are also rumors that R-Truth is gonna be a serious wrestler as a new character. Okay. And also paired with Shelton Benjamin, who got a character change to be serious. Let's see how it works. You know what? The last time, honest to God, last time I saw R-Truth serious was in the early years of TNA when he had the NWA championship.
Right.
That's legit. Hand to God, it was the last time I saw R-Truth as a serious wrestler.
Yeah.
You remember that, Harry? I'm talking about the early years of TNA.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he was back there in that doggone octagon. whatever.
No. It was before that.
Didn't they start out with that kind of ring?
No, they had it was a regular ring and they had yellow ropes.
Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the early years.
Yeah, because he was pretty darn good too.
Yeah, so, and I forget what was his. It wasn't R-Truth. It was what was his actual name? Ron Killings.
Ron Killings. That's what I'm about to say.
They actually used his name, Ron. It wasn't R-Truth. It was Ron Killings, and that's when he was actually serious.
Yes. So man, look, hey, if he Ron Killings, I hope they need to go. They can even go back to his to that name. Then. Mm-hmm. They can even go back to that. And man, I think that would be great. I mean, finish off your career, man. Finish off your career being serious. I mean, don't come out there rapping. Don't come out there doing any of that silly stuff that you do. Mm-hmm. Making up jokes and all that. 24/7 title. Is that title still relevant? Is that title?
I don't even think so.
They haven't even used it since Triple H.
Unless they've been doing it on like main event, which don't get no airtime.
Yeah, because Triple H, man, he's not using that title from what I see.
No,
from what So all right, man. So let's go ahead and talk about SmackDown tonight, and then we're gonna finish off with Rampage. So SmackDown, preview a few of their matches. SmackDown, we got Logan Paul, which we just got finished talking about. Logan Paul returns tonight, and pretty much setting up his match, for the pay-per-view.
Yep.
And then we have Liv Morgan and Sonya Deville gonna have a face-off. I don't think they're wrestling or whatever, but they pretty much gonna have a face-off because We know Lil Morgan, she wanted to show Sonya Deville how tough she was by putting her through a table last week. So we got Raquel Gonzalez. Gonzalez. No, man, why in the world I'm calling her Gonzalez? That's what I'm used to calling her.
Raquel Rodriguez.
And Shotzi challenges Damage Control for the women's title. Then we have Sheamus battles Solo Sikoa. I look forward
Hold on. You missing somebody, man. You missing somebody, boy.
Who?
Omar's gonna be there.
Oh, gosh, man. Man, I'm pretty pissed off about that, boy.
Man, he is. He gonna be there, man. You forgot about him. You forgot about the thing with him and Braun Strowman. You forgot about that?
No, man. I know about it, man. I was about to write it down in my notes, man. I decided not to.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty pissed off about the whole situation. Look, man. I don't care to see it, but hey.
It's going to be interesting. It may not be captivating where you be like, oh my God, I just have to see it, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
And that's the best I can say about it.
Hey, look, man. Wow. These guys, they are going to try to prove that they're just giants. That's all it is to it. Yeah. Who's going to prove that they're the bigger giant? We know Omos is bigger.
Yeah,
he's bigger.
Well, Braun even said last week, you may be taller, but I'm still the monster.
Yeah,
I'm still the best.
Braun's bigger. He's more muscular.
Mm-hmm.
But is he stronger than Omos?
Yeah, he legitimately might be.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, legitimately, he might be.
Can he handle that tree? Because look, you know, this could be like a bonsai. Nah, it ain't gonna be that. I was gonna say a bonsai against an oak, man. But no, I'm not gonna say that because Braun is not. He's not that much bigger than Braun. But
I say a redwood versus an oak.
Yeah. Look, Omos has something that Braun Strowman don't have, man.
What's that?
He got MVP.
I see what you did there. Yeah,
he got MVP. So
yeah, man, he do.
I gotta roll with Omos on this. But look, Omos is old news, man, and they couldn't do nothing with it.
No.
So look, Triple H has a decision to make. Do I want to roll? I want to roll Omos because he means nothing. But the whole thing about it is this: MVP does. He's a valuable asset, but he still can roll.
He's a good mouthpiece, and MVP can still get in there and wrestle when you need him to.
Yes, and MVP, he still can have Braun Strowman roll Omos, and he can put MVP back with Bobby Lashley and start the new Hurt business.
Yep,
start that back up. So, man, yeah, that would be great, man. That'll be a great move, I think. So, look. I think Braun is going to win. So
yeah.
But I'd rather see another Braun, man. It's not spelled the same way, but I like to see another Braun instead of seeing this big ball.
The toilet paper?
Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker.
I thought you talking about doggone the paper towels, Bronny.
Oh, Bronny, yeah. Man, I'd rather see one of them commercials than see this match. But we'll see. We'll see. You know, maybe use Omos or him, man, in a commercial and say, when I have a bad spill, I use Bronny paper towels.
Paper towels.
Wipe that up real quick. Just like I do wipe up these little shabronis in the ring. This is going to wipe it up real quick. So it'd be a great commercial, man. I would love to see that.
It would be a great
commercial. Both of them in that commercial, man. These guys can act like they're friends or whatever. We wasn't going to have no match together, man. We big giants. We giants together. We work this thing out. I would love to see that, man. Give it a thumbs up. 5 stars, Chris. All right, man.
Starts for a commercial, boy.
Yeah. Once again, if you joining us, man, here on Facebook, hit that like, share, join. If you're on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And, man, do the same thing on Twitch. And if you on Twitter, hit that like, share, tweet, and retweet. But, man, man, definitely, it should be interesting tonight. But Sheamus versus Solo Sikoa. So, the Enforcer is going to take on Sheamus. Sheamus hard hitting, man. I'll tell you what. Solo might need help from the bloodline. He might be calling out for Sammy. Sammy? I didn't know this guy hit this hard, man. Y'all didn't tell me, man.
He might for real, man. But then again, Solo might step up and give it right back to him.
Oh, I'm sure he is, man. But I mean,
like I said, Solo, he's built like them traditional Samoans, man.
Yes, he is.
Them short, wide, thick jokers, boy. So
I want to know if he's ready for this work, though, man. Because you know Sheamus go give him that work. But I tell you what, man, Solo, them Samoans that's built like that. Those are the type of Samoans that you don't want to meet on the football field. You don't want to meet in any kind of combat. Any kind of combat, if it's a physical combat, if it's physical combat. You had a guy named David Tour, who was a boxer. Everybody was looking at him like he was the next Mike Tyson. But then he got lazy and everything. But before that, just brutal, man. Nobody could put anything on it. Take punches and all that because, he come from those islands, man.
It's something about that blood, man.
Yeah, those
it's
guys.
It's like the more you hit them, it's just like it fires them. I don't know, man.
So I look forward to this match, Chris. Definitely look forward to this match.
Yeah.
Go ahead, what our man Randy Sam say?
Randy Sam says, and Shawn Michaels said he want to make things more interesting and different in NXT for the next coming weeks, and also got people coming in like debut or return soon, and said he don't care if AEW doing a trade. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Look.
Wait a minute. I think he said trade roster because it's good for business, but he said also we're gonna make stars and we want to get in the wrestling head backstage and want to hear about them for some good ideas for the fans to be excited.
Okay.
And he also says to go on and say, Randy Sam had a lot to say. And I said that Harry and Chris, because Halloween Havoc pay-per-view is tomorrow, this Saturday.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. We're going to 3 count, aren't we? Wow.
Well, if I had a card, I say we could make a prediction, but I don't even have a card of what's really going to happen.
No, I don't have a card on me right now. We can do that later. We probably can do an early show tomorrow or something like that and talk about it. Yeah, definitely do an early show. We need to come on tomorrow, do something. So, man, wow. Me and Chris, we might even go live. We might even get together. I'll come over to Chris's house maybe Monday or something like that, or maybe Sunday evening, probably Monday, and we'll probably go ahead and run that thing down live so you people, and we'll have our reaction to it or something like that. Or we just might just watch it, and then right after that, we just go live and just let everybody know our reaction, pretty much lay down the whole thing because you guys know what happened, and then we're gonna be late.
We're gonna be late.
Yeah, we don't want you guys to be on there wanting to say, wait till y'all see what just happened, something like that. So we'll come on after that, man, and we'll give you guys what we thought in our star rankings and all that. So so we're going to Rampage, Chris. So SmackDown looked like SmackDown got a pretty good show, man.
Yeah, it does. It does, man.
So Rampage coming on at 10 o'clock. Rampage, here's their breakdown, and I know this thing is not in order. Can't be. If it is, it is one of the stupidest looking cards I ever seen in my life. But it's only an hour, so they only have a few matches. They got 4 matches. Okay, first, man, on their page they had the Acclaim versus Varsity Athletes for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Now, the Varsity Athletes must be the Varsity Blondes. Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. That must be what they talking about. They used to be called the Varsity Blondes. Wasn't it the Varsity Blondes?
Yeah, it was the Varsity Blondes, yeah.
Okay, they calling themselves the varsity athletes or whatever. I have no clue, and I have no clue. Call yourself anything you want to, but you know, as long as you don't call yourself the varsity club or whatever. Yeah, the Claim versus varsity athletes. Hey, WWE probably have something to say about that because they bought it. You know.
Yep.
So you know, this match right here.
It should be a decent match.
Should be a decent match. Love the Acclaim. Love the Acclaim. And
yeah, because now they can't say the scissor thing too because of I think Mark Sterling bought the rights to it or something like that.
Oh wow! Oh
yeah. So you can't do the scissor hand thing, and you can't say scissor me, daddy. So I don't know what the Acclaim gonna do.
Oh wow! Hey, the rhyme is good enough, man.
Matter of fact, what'd you write for him tonight, Harry? Since you be ghostwriting, what'd you write for him, man? You be ghostwriting, man. I don't know why you just come out and tell people you be writing their rhymes, man.
Yeah, right. All right, man. So next, man, we got Orange Cassidy, man. Orange Kool-Aid versus
Pockets.
Yeah, Pockets, man. Pockets will be taking on 10 and Roosh for the AEW All Atlantic Championship. And who has that All Atlantic Championship right now?
Pockets.
Oh yeah, Pockets got the All Atlantic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he beat Pac. He beat Pac last week.
Yes, he did. Look, man, I love 10. Man, 10 is a great athlete. I love Roosh too. Roosh is hard hitting. I gotta admit, man, Pockets is a talented athlete, man. Very talented.
Yeah, he is. He is, man. And you know what? I still think AEW dropped the ball on Andre. Because Andrade, yeah. Andre.
Oh, yeah,
Andrade, because you could have wrote him off. 10 versus Andrade. It was Mask versus his career.
Oh, yeah.
10 keeps the mask. Andrade's gone. You ain't got to worry about him. Write him off. Pay him out his contract, whatever. He goes back over to WWE. All is good.
Yeah. But you know what happened, Chris?
Tony Khan.
What we was talking about earlier, man. All that chaos back there.
And Tony Khan.
Yeah, Tony Khan. I mean, not having anything under control because, like I say, he didn't control anything with that media scrum. And then like,
Andre got in that fight, too.
Yeah. So, man, I mean, just flat out foolishness. So he couldn't control it where he could have that match, Andrade and 10, which they was going to have that match, Mask versus Career or whatever. They couldn't have that match. So, you know, now we have what we have. And 10, you know, that would have elevated 10 in the company. It would have made it look good for him going forward. But now, you know, 10, you got to continue to reinvent him. So we have to see what he is. Can they put him in a position to where his potential is realized by being in this three-way match, you know, for the Atlantic Championship, All Atlantic Championship against Cassidy and Roosh. Man, Cassidy, like I said, is a great, you know, he's a great athlete. Man, this Roosh is so hard hitting, man. This guy, he's something serious, man.
I've never seen nobody from Mexico wrestle the way he wrestles.
Yeah, I love the way he wrestles, man. This guy's so brutal, man. He is
because
he do that in Ring of Honor.
Like I said, everybody from Mexico here you've ever seen, everybody from Mexico that you've ever seen has a high flying luchador Rey Mysterio kind of style. Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody. Roosh comes along years later and basically fighting in Mexico like they fight in New Japan.
Yeah.
And you never seen nobody do that. And still can do that luchador high flying style also.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
He's a talent, man. I give him props. He's a talent.
Yeah, major talent, man. He reminds me of oh man, who the heck is I can't think of him right now. We're gonna name this boxer. He's a Mexican boxer, but he's totally different than any of the Mexican boxers. Usually the Mexican boxers pretty much the same, and you can pretty much put them in the same box.
Macho Camacho?
No. He's one of these guys that's ruling the roost right now. I can't even think of his name. Red-headed dude, man. I can't think of his name. I don't know why. As big as
Canelo?
Yes. Canelo Alvarez. He reminds me of Canelo Alvarez. You know, there's no other Mexican boxer like him. He's totally different. So definitely, man, appreciate that, Chris. Appreciate that assistance on that, my brother. And but man, yeah, he's just Roosh is totally different, man. He brings a total different vibe. And like I say, as far as these Mexican wrestlers, there's never been a Mexican wrestler like that. And if you guys, man, have somebody that you can bring up that me and Chris might know, because we pretty much know everybody that pretty much done came through there since Mil Mascaras, let us know. Because I don't know anybody from Mexico that wrestled like this dude, man. This dude is totally different, man. Totally different. So, so next, man, we have Hook versus Ari Daivari. Now, Hook, see, look, man.
Man, see, I will not be a part of this tomfoolery.
Listen. Now, man, Chris, get back on here, man. We got to get the People's Podcast back on here. Chris,
man, I don't. No. You Hook. Deal with that tomfoolery. I don't want no parts of no Hook, no nothing. Hook, Crook, or nothing. No, you take it. No.
Okay, all right, man. Look, Chris, we got to admit. All right, now look, we have to admit they built this guy up to where he was bigger at one time than what they have Wardlow built up to. They built this guy up like flipping crazy, man.
When you start speaking French, what are you talking about? This we have to admit. You know French.
No, I'm just saying you remember, man. I'm just saying all of us remember.
I remember. I don't want to remember, but I know
we don't want to remember. I mean, we pretty much put him down from the get-go, especially you. You couldn't stand this dude. We definitely put him down and say, there's no flipping way. They built this guy up that he was just unstoppable. He was just this monster from the midway. He was just something that just nobody could contain. Nobody could handle.
They tried to build him up to be like his daddy.
Yeah.
And he ain't nothing like his daddy.
No, he ain't no Taz. Look at him now.
A joke.
Yes, exactly.
A joke.
So we got Hook versus Ari Daivari.
Hook gonna win.
It's such a joke, man, that he brought in the rap man, the guy, the
I don't even know
YouTube sensation. I mean, this guy, that song was a hit on YouTube.
Just call him PN News 2.0.
Pretty much, that's what he is. And Hook, I guess, and Taz or whoever took the task and trained this guy as a wrestler. And this guy's out there fighting on the indie scene. And he looks like a PN News. He's built like him.
And if y'all don't know,
he's PN News.
If y'all don't know who PN News is, go look this man up.
Definitely.
Go look him if y'all don't know. It's literally PN News. Go look him up if you don't know. You will have a heck of a laugh.
Yeah. And before we go to this last match, man, go ahead and answer our
all right, man. So we got to get some comments here, man, because we get y'all swamping us with comments. Jake Michael said, and Chris and also Chris and Harry, think about this: if only cult of personality hit on the WWE stage again, that means that potentially AJ Lee could return at the Royal Rumble. Punk versus Cody Rhodes.
Wow.
That would be something.
It would be, man. That would be very interesting.
Yeah, and our man Hassan Terrell, what's up? He said, "Hey guys, I missed you yesterday." Hey, he said he missed you yesterday, Harry. He didn't get to see you. And our man DSK, what's up?
What's up, DSK, man? What's up? Glad you joined us, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. He said, I think you're going to find out WWE and New Japan now have a working relationship. Dude, you know what? I've been saying that. If you want a real forbidden door, New Japan and WWE, Harry, the AEW stuff, okay, granted, you got to see some Japanese, you got to see the Rainmaker, Okada over here, which you don't see on US TV. Okay, cool. You got to see him on AEW. Cool. But guess what? AEW New Japan, that's not a forbidden door.
No, it's not.
The real forbidden door will be WWE and New Japan, because WWE don't work with nobody.
No, they did. No, they don't. And look,
and you imagine seeing New Japan talent working with WWE stars.
Yeah, and you know what? I thought back in the day, back in the day with WCW, because WCW had that working relationship with New Japan, and they had it when it was NWA before it was that Mid Atlantic Championship Wrestling with New Japan. They had it for a long time.
Yeah,
I always thought, I was like, man, why won't the WWF work with All Japan? Work with Antonio Inoki, not Antonio Inoki, Giant Bomb, All Japan. Work with them and bring in a Triple Crown or something like that. That would have been outstanding. Yes. Because them working with them and WCW working with New Japan would have been outstanding, man. But they never would. I'm like, they won't work with anybody. Won't work with nobody. So you talk about a forbidden door. You're right, Chris. That thing would be explosive, man.
I mean, think about it, Harry. Okay, Roman Reigns. It'd be incredible. Okay. Just follow me here for a moment. Okay, let's just say WWE and New Japan working some kind of deal, keeping it extremely hush hush. Hush hush. Let's say you get Roman Reigns. He done beat everybody. He done wrestled The Rock. He done beat The Rock at WrestleMania, this, that, and the other, right? Let's just say, for kicks and giggles, just follow me, people. We're WrestleMania, let's say 40. We're at WrestleMania 40. He beats whoever. He beats, Roman Reigns beats CM Punk, whoever. The Monday after, the Raw after, let's say WrestleMania 40, Roman Reigns comes out there. He's like, look, guys, I done beat everybody y'all had. I done beat CM Punk. I done beat this guy. I done beat Cody Rhodes. I done beat da. He's running down the list. He's like, I've had this thing for like 4 or 5 years. I can't be beat. I beat everybody y'all had. I've been the champion for 4 or 5 years. Nobody has come close. At this point, he's like, I have nothing else to prove. I'm just going to leave the titles here and just walk off. I'm done. And Harry, imagine he puts down the titles in the middle of the ring, turns and gets ready to leave the ring, and all of a sudden you hear that coin drop on the PA system, and Okada comes out. Harry, you talk about an explosion? You know how loud that arena would be? People will be losing their minds.
And look. I mean, you're exactly right.
Just think about that.
You're exactly right, Chris. Look. And if this thing I'm hearing about Kenny Omega kind of like in the water with WWE, and then they mix with New Japan, because all this stuff can tie in, because we know Kenny Omega's relationship with New Japan.
They tight.
Yeah. This could be something very major. It could even be bigger than the WCW New Japan thing. And that was
way big, but it was way bigger.
That was big. Now, because WCW used New Japan to a certain point, because even though New Japan was bigger as far as the crowd thing, WCW was a bigger company, and WCW used them to a certain point because they didn't need them. But AEW needs New Japan more than, because New Japan is bigger than AEW, they need them. But New Japan only saying, okay, we only going to use you a couple times a year or whatever, and maybe let our stars go over there and wrestle just a little while. But with WWE is bigger than New Japan. And New Japan is huge. You know how big they are over there. So the thing about it, we know how big in Europe WWE is in Europe. But in Japan, they're big, they're big in Japan. But nowhere near on the scale as New Japan. I'm pretty sure Triple H, he's smart enough to know that, hey, I want that market. I want a bigger slice of that market.
And if I
have to partner up to do it, I'm definitely going to do that.
And think about this.
Smart move, man.
Yeah, and think about this. What if they do get a working relationship? In 1 year, all of a sudden, you got a WrestleMania at the Tokyo Dome.
Woo!
Dude.
Wow. That's sold out.
Dude. Man, that
60,000 easy, man. So yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
So that man, Lord have mercy.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Chris Williams, man. Chris Williams
Chris?
Says you make a very good, Chris and Harry. You just never know. WWE and New Japan being a partnership. I hope Triple H is talking about this with Carl Anderson, because Carl is as a champ for New Japan. Yeah, he's the open neverweight champion.
Yeah.
So he's a big champion over there, because basically the open weight neverweight champion, anybody can challenge for that belt. Anybody.
Wow.
On the New Japan roster, anybody, a cruiserweight, a heavyweight, super heavyweight, anybody can challenge for that title.
And it would be very interesting if they go ahead, New Japan go ahead and say, okay, we end the deal without even him knowing. We already signed the deal. The thing is going on. Next thing you know, Carl Anderson come out there. Triple H, you working a solo match tonight. Your title is on the line. He's like, what title? Your Japan title is on the line. And the president of New Japan come on they can have him by satellite or whatever. Come on and say, you are defending that title or whatever. Then anybody on the WWE roster can challenge for that belt. Next thing somebody go out there wrestling for that title. Man, that would be very interesting. They could do so many different things with this.
And then if he loses that belt to a WWE superstar, then later on that WWE superstar could end up losing it to a New Japan guy.
Yes, exactly. The possibilities are endless, man.
So that's a serious working relationship they can have, man.
Yes, no doubt. They can do so much damage, man. They can do so much damage to AEW. It's just flat out crazy. But man,
if they did that, I would say, man, go ahead and start putting them nails in the coffin.
Oh, no doubt. What did Chris say
Chris said, and Hunter love New Japan and want to work with them. Bro, Chris and Harry, and when Okada contract was out, Hunter wanted to sign them, but then he got that new but so you telling me Triple H was this close from getting Okada?
Wow, man. Wow.
Good God Almighty.
Wow, man, that would be explosive, man. Very explosive. So, hey, man,
that
I don't know. Man. Look, Tony Khan. What did Ric Flair say about Ric Flair? He had one of his best promos. Ric Flair said, Ric Flair, he started naming some wrestlers. I can't remember everybody that he wrestled, but he said, y'all are playing catch up ball.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going down here. AEW, Impact, NWA Power, they're playing catch up ball.
Yeah, they are.
And man, WWE is just too far ahead.
They are in every sense of the word, man.
Yes. I mean,
Okay. I ain't even Harry. We gonna just stop talking about wrestling when it comes to WWE. Just look at what they're doing in the community. Let's just take that aspect.
Man.
I said, just take wrestling off the table and just talk about their work they do in the community.
Right.
AEW can't even touch that.
Hey, no. And the thing about it is this, Chris. We sit here and we talk about, and which I talked about yesterday. No, we talked about on the last show that me and you did together. We talked about who is that wrestler, because we was talking about what is his name? We talking about MJF, okay, Maxwell, and his promo. And when I said to you, I said, who is he talking to? Who is he resonating with? He's resonating with the fans that's already in wrestling, with the AEW crowd, and some of the people from WWE definitely went over and checked out what he was saying. These are the people he's talking to, the wrestling community that we have now. And I asked you, I said, who in wrestling can be the Ric Flair, the Hulk Hogan, the Roddy Piper, the Rock, like Rock and Stone Cold? I didn't actually say that. They the last two that had a voice that could reach out to the millions that's not watching wrestling, that's not wrestling fans. They the last two that could do that. But those three mentioned before that, their voices reached out to a wider audience. They reached out to millions of people that didn't watch wrestling regularly or regularly watch wrestling. Wrestling don't have that right now. But you know what? I didn't think about this. WWE has that as just a name, as a brand. WWE, everybody walking down the street.
Everybody knows WWE.
Know WWE. So that's
whether,
one thing.
Whether they know it as WWE or WWF, they know
the
brand.
They know it. If they don't know if they don't know World Wrestling Entertainment, they know World Wrestling Federation. So they still know that brand. It's still, you can put it in any window. People know that brand, even though they done changed their brand over the years. And if you got just a W with a stripe on, people gonna recognize and say, okay, that's WWE, that's WWF. People are gonna recognize that. So that's what they have in their pocket, even though they don't have a wrestler out there that you could go out there and push out to the masses outside of wrestling, because like I say, Roman Reigns, he's wrestling famous, just like our man Tom Clark over there said in Main Event. He told one of our another podcaster who said that he can walk down the street and shut down in New York, shut down Times Square. That won't happen. But the WWE can, as a whole product, that put out a big event. The wrestling, I mean, the sports world pays attention to when WrestleMania comes around.
Okay, how many times has Triple H been on ESPN?
Oh yeah.
On ESPN, man.
Yes. So I mean,
Stephen A. done talked to this man so many times and stuff, man. And then you got ESPN up there in Connecticut, not too far from WWE. I'm sure maybe on the other side of town.
You got people with national recognition out of the WWE. Because you think about it, man. Look, they had Bianca Belair on they had her on
College Game Day. Yeah, College Game Day.
Okay, the whole thing about it is this. There's a lot of people, man, out in the communities, especially the Black community. I mean, it wasn't the white community too. Yeah. You have all the Hispanic community. So many people know who Bianca Belair is without her being out, without her being, without seeing her wrestle. They know who she is. Yeah. She, her commercials and things like that. She has that charisma. There's other ones, man. Becky, I would even say Becky Lynch has that kind of charisma that she brought eyes on. Roman Reigns, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have looked at this guy and say, okay, not just because, of course he looks like Jason Momoa, but, they have looked at those commercials and say, wow, man, this guy looks interesting and he looks important, and his cousins around him. That group looks important. So there are some people getting their eyes on this thing, but like I said, they just don't have that marketable guy that's out there that has that voice, man, that reaches the masses. Because one thing about, like I say, those aforementioned guys that I talked about earlier, they just had that voice that just resonated with everybody. That everybody, anytime that you heard The Rock speak,
you listen. You listen.
You're gonna listen, man. He just like, wow, man, just what in the world is this guy saying? Of course, I don't think, as far as all his words, I mean, he wasn't putting them together like a Ric Flair or a Roddy Piper that, it's certain ways they put together their words that were just totally different. It's just The Rock he put them together as he made them so explosive and so, he was like a comedian up there. He grabbed you and it took you from a thought of wrestling. It's just like, I'm putting you down and I'm basically saying, okay, it doesn't matter what you say. I'm just going to beat you up on the streets or whatever. Just like he's just basically joking and just putting you down or whatever. Or you need to be worried about your eye if you get in a fight with me. It's just like he's saying this stuff like, I could like you, but I don't like you. And it doesn't matter. You're going to get busted. You're going to get your nose going to be busted and going to be bleeding. You're going to be walking back to your class and your nose going to be bleeding and everybody's going to be laughing at you. That's the way he came across to people, man. And it was so hilarious and so genuine of how he came off. And Stone Cold Steve Austin, it was just in your face. So those was the last two. And I mean, John Cena to a point, when he had his promos, I could be turning the TV when I wasn't watching wrestling. John Cena was talking, I would listen to him. But it's not many. He probably was on a shorter scale, smaller scale. He could do it too, but not nowhere near as effective as those other guys. So wrestling needs that. But the whole thing about it, WWE has an ace in the hole. And when they got Triple H, like I say, Triple H talk, people listen to him. So Triple H, Shawn Michaels. If Shawn Michaels, of course, he could do it too. Shawn Michaels had that to a point too. He had a very good promo where people listened to him. And but you know, he doesn't
like
have.
I said, both of them get mad respect in the business.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Get mad respect because
only thing Shawn Michaels he don't have a sexy boy thing to back him up no more. See,
but they know him because of what he did in that ring. They were like, you one of the greatest that ever did it in that ring. And so you get our respects. We tip your hat to you, sir.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think if you telling me how to do a headlock, I'm gonna listen.
Yeah. So what's up, Lloyd Grissom? I see that.
What's up, Lloyd? What's going on, Lloyd? We're gonna try to get through these comments, guys. Thank y'all for hitting us up, man.
Okay, one last match. Okay. Man, on Rampage. Cool. Penelope Ford and Willow Nightingale. I know that's not that's the final match they put on there. That can't be their can't be their main event. That's their main event. They're done, man. But we know that's not the main event. It's got to be the Acclaim versus Varsity Athletes. But go ahead and get through the comments, Chris.
All right. Chris Williams said, and it's very interesting because Harry and Chris, Cody was a former member of the Bullet Club, so Cody versus AJ Styles with Carl Anderson. That would be interesting. Combo.
Yes,
that would be an interesting match. He said Jeremy says Gunther will win the King of the Ring. Will be fire with the crown.
Oh,
wow. That'd be interesting when they do that. And DSK says Rhonda is in the next Expendables. Oh my! See.
Oh, okay. Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm going.
Look, man. If she still was undefeated in MMA and just pretty much had left that thing alone, and she went into the Expendables, and everybody say, okay, she's over in WWE. It will help WWE. Yeah. But her being in Expendables, and people say, oh, she's wrestling over there in WWE. People know WWE is as a brand. She's not going to do anything to help the brand. People ain't going to care.
No,
they're going to be like, oh, she lost in MMA. Until she goes back to MMA and rejuvenates her career over there, she's not going to matter.
Yeah,
she's not going to matter.
Exactly.
So it is what it is, man.
Yep. And Lloyd said, I heard that AEW is in talks with WWE about letting Billy Gunn go to the DX. He was talking about they were going to pay for Billy Gunn to come to the DX reunion. WWE they were going to pay for him to come. They were going to be like, hey, we know you're in wherever you at, but we're going to pay for you to come so you can be at the reunion show. They were going to do it. They were going to do it, man, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't work out, man. You know Tony Khan wasn't going to do that. Tony Khan is looking at them like they're the enemy. And Tony Khan, it would have been best. Tony Khan never would have mentioned their names. He just would have been, just worked and did his thing. And man, he possibly could have had a little loose contract where those guys could go and work at some WWE shows or whatever. Mm-hmm. He should have just basically worked this show, man, as a big, huge independent, and then come up. Why not?
Think about this, man.
Mouth shit.
They let Jericho come on and say something about somebody. I forget who it was, but they let him come on and say something on AEW. John Cena. It was John Cena.
Yeah.
It was John Cena. They let Jericho say something about it on AEW TV. So come on, man. Why you couldn't,
Yeah.
And like
man, he's lucky, man. That's all. Look, Tony Schiavone. I'm not Tony. Tony Khan. He lucky that. He went and signed Tony Schiavone very quick after that Ric Flair last match because Tony Schiavone was in talks with David Crockett about reviving Jim Crockett Promotions.
Yeah, you're right.
David Crockett. But David is not going to do it by himself. He's 77 years old, and he doesn't want to do it by himself. He was going to have Tony Schiavone. He wanted him and Tony to work together, but he went and he put him in a different position and gave him more duties so he wouldn't go and quit and work with Crockett. Because if you work with Crockett, man, the way they designed, they had that thing all designed and everything, man, he will have another huge problem on his hands.
Well, Harry, I hate to do this, man, but I've got a major appointment to have to get to in time permitting. So,
no problem.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry I got to get out of here, man. But hey, y'all in capable hands with my boy.
We've been on an hour 39 minutes, but yeah, we about to get on out of here. But how many more questions we got? We got any more questions we need to be answered?
We got a good. Oh God,
all right,
we got a lot.
All
right,
DSK. All right, man. I'll go ahead and take care of this, Chris, and then I'm gonna roll out, man. But you go ahead and roll out. My man Christopher Burton is out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and answer some of you guys' questions, man. And then next thing I'm gonna go and do what I gotta do on this Friday night. But
all
Chris,
right, y'all. We out of here. Peace.
Stay straight up. Later. All right, man. Our man DSK says AEW wanted Billy to say something like, "You can see me on AEW doing the DS reunion." Oh wow, WWE wasn't going for that. They offered to let him wear his AEW shirt in a skit in the back. AEW said no. Well, man, look, I can't blame WWE for doing that. Why in the world give them, give AEW that kind of promotion, man? That'd be flat out crazy. I mean, now AEW, they are but it's up to those wrestlers. You got MJF and all these guys, man. They continue to pronounce WWE's name over there. But Tony Khan is letting that happen. But I don't blame WWE for not doing that. I mean, that's just like Walmart when Kmart was still around, letting somebody come in there and and just get on and talk about the blue light special. That's what that was about, man. Why in the world you gonna let somebody come in there and talk about the blue light special on your PA system? That would just be flat out crazy. No, so I don't blame WWE for turning that down at all, DSK. Let me see if I can get to this, man, because I got this thing way up. But I want to get to this and answer pretty much answer mostly everybody, man, before I get out of here. But yeah, that junk is flat out crazy. Yeah, man, it's a lot. It's a lot, guys, man, and I hate this. Okay. All right, man. I'm up here. My man Jameson Byrne. Jameson Byrne said, "Sup, Chris and Harry. We doing Rampage tonight." Laugh out loud. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure what if because I don't think I'm gonna do Smackdown. Let me see. What time is it anyway? Oh, wow. 06:27. But maybe I'll do Rampage. I don't know if I'm gonna come on and do that. But definitely look out for that. If I don't, we will do some ratings on that thing. So we definitely would do that. I hate that we are missing things right now. And I hate that my man Christopher Burton had to take off. All right, Jameson Burn says, and also Chris and Harry, we might get a return tonight since she finished with Impact Wrestling. Mia Yim return. Oh, okay, Mia Yim. Man, that would be great, man. I would love to see that for SmackDown. Yes, Jameson. Yeah, I would love to see that. I heard about that. I did hear about that. All right, my man Randy Sam says a new Hurt Business 2.0. If he lose tomorrow, Lashley and MVP and Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams and Cedric Alexander and a heel R-Truth with Shelton Benjamin, Carmelo Hayes call up on Raw. Wow, man, that would be incredible. That is a huge group. That's like a big army, man. That's like one of Sir Oliver Humperdinck's, man, armies from back in Florida, man. That is something serious. That's something serious, man. And I think that would be a great group to see. Randy Sam or SmackDown. So we'll see, man. We'll see what I do tonight. All right, Jeremy Hank. Wait just a minute, Chris and Harry. If Sheamus feud was Solo, we didn't think about this. So Walt, wait, or we get a Bloodline, Roman, Sammy, and 3 Usos versus Sheamus and Butch and Ridge and 2 unknown people in. Who knows? Who knows, man? They might be adding some people to the fray. Get more people out there on TV. Who knows how this thing gonna go down? Wait a minute, you said, yeah. Sheamus versus Solo Sikoa. That's all in the same. That's all in the same group. But yeah, they could be adding a couple more people into this thing. We don't know. But yeah, should be a hard hitting match tonight. So wait a minute, Sheamus. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sheamus is out. He's not in that same thing with Butch, Ridge Holland, and Pete Dunne or Butch or whatever. So yeah, they are adding somebody else to it. Jeremy Hank says, "Wait just a minute, Chris and Harry. If Sheamus feud was Solo, we didn't think about this." Okay, so that's what I just read. Sorry, Jeremy Hank. Bloodline versus Brawling Brutes and 2 more people at Survivor Series. War Games. Yes. Just wondering who in the world can you add to this thing. Bloodline, if you got Sami Zayn with the Bloodline, add 1 other person, or and then as far as the Brawling Brutes, you add a couple more people. Very interesting. Jeremy Hank, Okay, what Chris and Harry, if Tony Nese and Josh, aka Varsity Athlete, is a new name, is Brian Pillman Jr. leaving? I don't know. Then, or maybe get a new character, possibly pair with Arn Anderson, maybe sense. I have no idea what's going on with that, Jeremy. I have no idea. Arn and Brian Pillman Jr., Brian Pillman Sr. Knows each other since WCW days, and Brian Pillman was also part of the Four Horsemen. Yes, he was. Yes, he was, Jeremy. If King of the Ring return, I want 3 people in it. Gunter, laugh out loud, LA Knight, or return Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I think that'll be great. I really do. Jeremy, good point, Chris and Harry, because, man, think about this. Who interests gonna be superstar stardom, Okada or Roman Reigns? And, man, Okada with Pyro will be epic. Seth versus Tanahashi. Okay, Judgment Day versus Bullet. Yeah, that'd be great, too. Jeremy says again, and also New Japan work with WWE is good because WWE will acknowledge the history with New Japan and rest in peace to Antonio Inoki. Yes, definitely. And they pay homage to on SmackDown. Yep, sure did. Jeremy Hanks says, and let's see, let's go to the next one. And they will get the pay-per-view big in the Tokyo Dome and also show some epic promo package, WWE promo package. Lastly, unbelievable. AEW can't touch that. No, they can't. I don't know who WWE hired for the promotion, for the production. All right, Jeremy Hanks again. We all want to do more on Canadian I'm not sure. Japan and all of the city, state, and also WWE is doing something for the new stars open. Okay, yeah, the NIL program, that program as far as the college athletes. I don't know how WWE brilliant. Yeah, WWE is brilliant on business and is on the next is on another level with this NIL program. Yes, they are, Jeremy. Jeremy said again, AEW can learn stuff from WWE. Yes, how to make their production seem interesting and also the sound effect and everything to be good. But nobody can't beat WWE level of production. No. Only thing that came close to that, I mean, wasn't Jim Crockett definitely had a inside track. I mean, he definitely was very good with production, but and it rolled over to when WCW went out, when they didn't wasn't with Jim Crockett. They still had that production that was pretty much close to on par, but not exactly, but they was close to being on par. My man, what's up, Terrell? What's up? Good evening. Jeremy Hanks says, bro, Chris and Harry. Clash of the Castle was so epic. They did all the stuff right there and also had British and Canadian legends in there. And the arena was so smart, and Brett was there and had a great promo pack, no doubt. Ricky Donahue said, hi, man. Ricky Donahue, you still on, man? Hi. I'm sorry we didn't get to you. Yes. Okay, my man Hassan Terrell said, okay, that's fine. Ricky Donahue. All right. Can you tell Rhonda Rousey that I love her? Man, yeah. Ricky Donahue said he loves you, Rhonda Rousey, man. I'm sure a lot of other men do too. Ricky, man, she's a good-looking lady. There's no ends and buts about it, man. She is a beautiful lady, man, in form and face. She's pretty cute. Hassan said, "How you doing? Doing great." Hanson Terrell. We definitely doing great. My man, Jameson Burns again. Chris and Harry, how you feel about AEW lately, man? Whoo! AEW is it's not falling apart, but man, they have a lot of work to do, and it seemed to me, Jameson, that a lot of panic is going on in AEW right now. AEW, they're getting the numbers, but I think they're getting the numbers because of they have MJF in there, and they're seeing what everybody is out there trying to see what AEW is gonna do against Triple H. I think Triple H is driving their numbers up a little bit, even though they are competition. They're helping them. They are helping them because they are looking at Tony Khan, that he has to work harder to go against WWE. So they're definitely looking at what he's doing, and he got MJF back there. So they're looking for big cards from AEW. They know Tony Khan is going to do his best. He's going to wrestle He's gonna wrestle 100%. When I'm talking about wrestle, he's gonna wrestle with these cards, man, to get these things up to par to try to compete against Triple H. Jameson says, and also I'm hearing Drew is gonna feud with Cross at Crown Jewel inside of Steel Cage match. And also Cross said never say never on him, and Scarlett joined with Bray. Only time will tell, just watch. I definitely wish. Now this Drew thing with Cross pretty much played his cards. We saw that on the last pay-per-view. Wasn't a great, that strap match wasn't good. They shouldn't have put those two in a match together during that strap match. Now, they can kind of rehash this. They kind of like took it outside of the ring after the match. So they are pretty much trying to play this thing back up. They know they didn't have a good match. So, man, I think they need to put Cross with Bray Wyatt, because carrying Cross, he needs something, man, to up his game. He needs something to put him on another level. And I think Bray Wyatt would do it. This thing with Drew McIntyre, it didn't come off well, man. I think they should have put Cross in another feud with somebody else. They should have worked him in something else before they had put him out there with Drew. It didn't work out. It didn't work out too good. So I'm not really looking forward to that. But, man, maybe they'll make this thing work out, because you got two great competitors there with both of these guys. Sheamus versus Solo is going to be good. It's going to be a good match. Yes, it is. And I see the storyline is making sense, and it's different from Triple H. Triple H took over Solo and Sheamus in the four-way, but Usos attacked Sheamus. Yes, I think they will. I think that's going to happen, but who knows, man. Sami Zayn probably get involved with it first. Be the first one to attack, and the rest of the guys join in with him. Jameson Burns, I can't wait to see what happened with Bray tonight. Yeah, that's going to be very interesting, man. And you said that. Going to be interesting. Going to be very interesting in what happens with Bray tonight. It's going to come out, man, definitely to help that thing get the thing pumped up. And yes, they had a 2.4 rating last Friday. So definitely they're going to use Bray, man, to even bring this thing up even more, man. So it's going to be, the heat, excuse me, Bray is going to keep the heat on. Definitely going to keep the heat on. How you feel about MJF's promo on Wednesday? Very good promo. Very good promo, Jameson. But just like I said to Chris, who was he talking to? MJF. He's putting together some blistering promos, and they're legendary. They're on legendary status, man. He's up there in that top 7 guys as far as promos, and he could end up being probably the best outside of maybe Flair and Rock, but he definitely could be in that realm. But just like I said a little bit earlier, if you listening to what I was saying earlier about when you heard Ric Flair talk, you heard Hulk Hogan talk, you heard Roddy Piper talk, you heard The Rock talk, you heard you heard Stone Cold Steve Austin talk. These guys could resonate with the public outside of wrestling, not just that box. MJF, he's in a box, and I can tell you why he's in a box. These guys, Ric Flair could be talking. Person can walk by your screen. Somebody can walk into your house, and they can hear them talking and say, who is that guy? I can't stand that guy. I want to see that guy get killed. Who is that guy? When is he wrestling? And want to see him wrestle. Hulk Hogan, he resonated with your children. People wanted to, my children, man, this is a good message. This guy, man, he's talking about, take your vitamins every day, say your prayers and stuff like that. So he resonated. Stone Cold Steve Austin, he can resonate with that man sitting on the couch, man, drinking beers. You want to drink a beer with this guy. The Rock, man, he was like a big-time comedian. So these guys, man, they had that. They resonated with people that was outside of wrestling. Wrestling don't have that no more. MJF can be that type of guy. He can be that, but he has to learn how to tailor his promos to where they can reach people that's outside of wrestling. Wrestling needs that. And MJF, I'm hoping that he could be that type of guy. CM Punk was the same way he is. CM Punk, his promos, it got to the wrestling audience, and that's it. Wrestling audience is in a box. The wrestling audience is in a box, and we need somebody who can take that outside of that. And if MJF can do that, man, he's going to raise the profile of AEW so much, man. If he can, he's able to do that. So, Jameson, let me go back up here and get a couple of these, couple of your questions in, couple couple things that you want to say. I don't know how I feel about MJF versus Moxley match. It might be interesting to see. We'll see. So definitely, Jameson. I don't know how I feel about that. But one thing I can say about MJF, he's very talented, and I think he's very underrated. People not looking at his talent, man. Every time this guy gets into a match, he puts off a 4-star match, man, or better. So definitely, I think that'll be a pretty good match. Jameson said, "Okay, good review. See you tonight, Harry. Definitely, Jameson. I don't know which one I'll be on, but I definitely, if I'm not on SmackDown, I'll be on Rampage. But definitely look for me tonight." My man Randy Sam says, "Harry, oh my God, Wrestling Inc. said that Hunter is interested in interesting or open to bring back CM Punk. Wrestling has been crazy lately in 2022. Yeah, we talked about that, Randy. Sam, we've been talking about that. Yes. Yeah, he is interested in that, in bringing back CM Punk. Can't blame him. Can't blame him. It's business. I mean, I know CM Punk and Triple H have had their problems, but man, sometimes you got to look past that. And, and I don't know if he's just doing this probably to damage Tony Khan, but I think pretty much Triple H have gotten tired of Tony Khan's antics, and he wants to crush Tony Khan. I'll teach him a lesson. But this right here, man, if he brings back CM Punk, definitely going to teach him a lesson. Just the rumors, man, is going to hurt Tony Khan. So, man, yeah, like you said, Randy Sam just now, yeah, money talks, man. Money definitely talks. So I can't blame him if he brings back CM Punk. I can't blame him at all. And that will be a coup for WWE if he brings him back. And so many people, man, so many people are going to come back. You got people that's walking around that's not watching wrestling right now, even though CM Punk was over there in AEW, but they didn't want to see him in AEW. They want to see him in his familiar territory with WWE. And those people that went over there at AEW that's still over there, that was over there for CM Punk, they're going to come back. So, man, this could hurt AEW very bad, man. Very bad. Let's see. Sorry about that, Randy. Hunter want to do everything to make the production good and make some good storylines. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And the CM Punk only helps. He only adds to that. And CM Punk can bounce around to every brand. He can bounce around to every brand and be relevant on every brand. He has that style to do that. All right. Yeah, the pop will be crazy. Yeah, it'd be very crazy, man. That pop will probably be bigger than everybody's except for Braves. Probably be up on that level of Braves, to tell you the truth. Everybody will be shocked because they know it probably be better because everybody know they know the feud that he has with Triple H. And also the news of GCW and WWE working together is crazy. Laugh out loud. Yes, that's very crazy. Because we know Vince McMahon wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have put up with it. He definitely wouldn't have did that. And GCW, man, this can raise their profile big time. And, of course, they're going to water it down in WWE. But WWE, to work with them still would be good because they have a lot of good wrestlers over there in GCW. So, yeah, I would love to see that. Imagine Nick Cage versus Brock in a cage fight. Woo! Man, Brock would destroy him. Nick Cage will put up a great fight, and he's going to do everything he can to brutalize Brock. But Brock would destroy this guy, man. There's no ins, ands, and buts about it. And I know somebody like Bobby Lashley, they would try to kill this guy because he trying to pull those kind of antics, pull that type of stuff against them guys. Them guys are not going to take it, man. They would try to murder this guy. So yeah, but imagining that, man, would be incredible just to see that. But I tell you what, Sheamus, Gunter, or Gunter, whatever you want to call him, Walter, going in there against him would be flipping incredible because they would do it. Butch against him, Nick Cage, man, lights out, Randy. That would be lights out. Yes. And I think WWE is doing this to bring back Matt Cardona. Yes. Probably so. I wouldn't be shocked. WWE has sold 15,000 tickets of. Oh, is it 1,500? That's 15,000 tickets. Smackdown tonight. Wow. Incredible, man. Incredible. So, wow. Smackdown going to be very interesting. But I tell you what, guys, I'm about to let you go. Randy, appreciate you guys joining us. Hassan, DSK, Hanson Terrell, Jameson Byrne, everybody, man, that's, if I didn't name Ricky Donahue, everybody, man, my man Jeremy Hank coming in, everybody that's came in tonight, man, to give us to give us views, man, and to pump us up. We appreciate you guys coming in because you guys are part of the show, man. We appreciate you guys being friends of ours, man. Lloyd Grissom, we look at you guys as not just guests on the show, man. You guys are part of what we do. Jake Mitchell, all you guys, man. Thanks for joining the show. And man, tonight, like I said, I will be on do a little bit of live with you guys. But I need to get over here. I need to get something to eat. Travis Richards, thanks, Travis, for joining in with us tonight. And we thank you guys, man. Whoever joined up tonight, I see we have one or two, a couple more people joined on Smackdown. Joined pretty much became subscribers on our YouTube page. We appreciate you helping us, man. Look like we're gonna get to 200. We're gonna get to that 200 subscribers pretty soon. We definitely appreciate it. So, like I said, once again, man, hit that like, share, join if you're on Facebook, on YouTube. Hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, man, so you know when we come on. Definitely hit that like button, man. Hit that thumbs up. Definitely do that. If you're on Twitter, man, which last night I got a big response on Twitter last night. I mean, that show got way more than I got on Facebook and YouTube, which shocked me. Definitely on Twitch. I mean, on Twitch, do the same thing that you do on YouTube, but on Twitter, hit that like, share, tweet, and retweet. Man, definitely appreciate you guys, man, 100%. And I'll see you guys tonight. Stay straight up. I'm HBT for my man Christopher Burton, the People's Podcaster. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace. I'm gonna say one more. I have one more, man, before I leave out of here. All right, my man Randy Sam said, yeah, it's interesting. Interesting is like what WWE is. They, doing business. That's what they do. Peace out, guys.